my inspirational yogi tea says, let your manners speak for you. So I'm going to try to keep that in the back of my mind during this video. Hey guys, it's Liz, and I'm coming to you with no makeup on, with a messy background because I needed to get this video up today. So if you don't remember, because some of you may have blocked it out of your mind like the rest of the world should have, Nicole Arbour made a video last year entitled Dear Fat People, where she basically said, if you are fat, you are the ugliest thing in the entire world, and you should starve yourself until you are a thin, pretty, tall, blonde, white girl like her. So I took that to heart, and I've been working on it for the past year, and this is what I've come up with. I'm a short, chubby, brunette, kind of pale girl. No. So, I thought Nicole was done. I thought, everybody kind of ripped her apart with her last video, so she was over. She was done. She wasn't going to come back. But no, like a phoenix, she has rose from the ashes, and she has created a new video entitled Dear Fat People Part 2, the second helping. So, because apparently, if you're going to make fat jokes, you should always make a joke about how much fat people eat, because we always go back for second helpings, obviously. So, I watched that video. And I will admit, I did go to Nicole's channel to watch it, and I didn't even know it was a thing until I was watching Freely the Banana Girl. She had a response video to it, and I was like, what is this all about? So I went to go check to see what it was about, and obviously, I watched the video. I did give in to Nicole's making money off of her mouth moving. So I watched the video. And I just have a little bit of a response for it. I'm going to keep this civil because I know how hard it is to be a woman in particular. So I don't want to drag other people down doing this. I just want to tell my thoughts on the video. And if you haven't watched the video, you can go to Nicole's channel and watch it if you want to, but you are going to be giving her money for your view. So I recommend looking for a re-upload version somewhere. Just Google it and you'll more than likely find it. Watch it there, because then you're not going to be feeding into her bank account when you watch her video. I did before I realized what was actually going on, and I realized I did it before I realized how upset it was going to make me. I didn't have a YouTube channel when the original video came out, Dear Fat People Part 1. So I don't have a response video to that. So I have to make a response to this. And I wasn't 100% sure I was going to. I watched the video late last night, and at that point I didn't have time to sit down and film a video to respond to it. So I decided this morning I was going to do that. First of all, Nicole, if you watch this, which I doubt you will, I don't understand why you hate Ashley Graham. That's the main thing of this video. It's not necessarily that she's hating fat people in this video. She's not targeting all of us. When I say us, I'm including me, because I am a fat woman. I'm a size 16, so I guess that makes me fat. And unhealthy apparently also, but no, she's not targeting a group of people. She's not making general terms. She's not making loosely aimed terms at someone. No, in this video, she is specifically targeting Ashley Graham. And if you don't know who Ashley Graham is, she's a plus-size model, and she's also on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover, the swimsuit edition for Sports Illustrated, as the first plus-size model to ever be featured on the Sports Illustrated swimsuit cover. So first of all, for all of us who have a little bit of extra meat on our bones, that's like the biggest thing in the entire world. I remember I knew who Ashley Graham was because I remember in an interview with Drake, like, forever ago, he mentioned that he was, like, in love with Ashley Graham. I was like, oh, those big girls have hope, because, if Drake loves Ashley Graham, who is a bigger woman, obviously, then there's nothing wrong with us. Obviously. But anyway, so I've known about who she is for a very long time, and I knew she was a plus-size model. Here's the thing about Ashley Graham. Ashley Graham's body is banging. It's beautiful. I mean, there is absolutely nothing wrong with the way she looks. She looks like 10 times better than I will ever hope to look. And she's considered plus size because she is. And I don't think that that's something to be ashamed of. I don't think that there is anything wrong with saying, I am plus size. I know for a very long time, everybody wanted to say, oh, you can't say the word fat, or you can't say plus size. You have to say curvy, or womanly, or queen, or... No. If you're plus size, you're plus size. And Ashley Graham has made that okay to say, I'm a plus size model. And for all of us who are plus size, that is a huge thing. And Nicole Arbour apparently has a huge deal with this. Not just with plus size women, but with Ashley Graham in particular. Some of the things she says about her, how she's pretty, but too bad that she's fat. Or, it's okay, it's okay for her, Nicole Arbour, to be a thin, white, not plus size, thin, white, tall woman, but it's not okay for Ashley to be who she is. So, basically, what I essentially get from this video is, it's okay to be who you are, as long as you are a tall, thin, big-boobed, blonde, white woman. Otherwise, you need to do everything possible to not be who you are. And Nicole has a big deal with Ashley Graham for some reason. She makes fun of the way she exercises, she makes fun of the way she photoshops her pictures, she makes fun of her poses, she made fun of her in a tweet about her being on the runway, and it's like, I feel like this is not even an attack on fat people anymore. This is just her having some sort of problem with Ashley Graham in particular, whether she's jealous of her success, or she's jealous of the way she looks, or she's jealous of the campaign she's getting, or whatever. I feel like that is the whole premise of this video. Because I know that Nicole Arbour is a quote-unquote model. So I feel, and this is just speculation, this is just my opinion, I don't know either of these people personally, I feel like Nicole is just jealous that someone else is doing better than her, and she can't handle it. And that's just how it is. And then, not only does she attack fat people in this video, but she also attacks vegans in this video, which I just find absolutely hilarious. During that part, I had to laugh, because I was like, you're going to attack vegans, and vegans are like 95% of the healthiest people on the entire planet. I mean, all they eat are fruit and vegetables and beans. Like, you can't do that and be unhealthy. Sure, you may have too much, there are vegans who aren't healthy, but for the most part, they are healthy. And it's just crazy that she would say in the same breath that she hated fat people and unhealthy people and vegans at the same time. So, like, who do you like? Who do you like, Nicole? That's what I want to understand. Like, I don't understand who fits in your spectrum of people that it's okay to be. Who is okay in your mind to be? Otherwise, I want to know, because I want to be able to fix myself to be whoever it is that's okay for you. The thing about Nicole's videos that I just can't get over is it's constant jump cuts. It's constant jokes and clips and things. It must take her like days, weeks to do one video, which could explain why she doesn't have much good content on her channel. But the whole idea of the video is that she's not funny enough on her own, so she has to use all these extra things to get laughs out of people. But then the things that she actually does say are so misconstrued that they're not even relevant anymore anyway. It's like those comedians who have to rely on, squeaky toys in order to get a laugh. It's because they don't have good jokes. And I feel like that's how Nicole is. And I don't know, she may be hilarious in person, but her videos are so poorly edited and so poorly thrown together with jump cuts and black and white and different textures and clips of a guy with an army suit. I don't know. It's pointless. Because the actual message is not getting through. All I noticed was that I was getting dizzy from watching so many jump cuts. So that's one thing. Another thing that I have wrong with this video. The other thing that I have wrong with this video is just the overall idea that if you are a fat person or a plus size person, you are somehow less worthy than someone else. And she doesn't just talk about fat people in this video either. She also brings in the whole body positivity movement. She talks about, how Sports Illustrated models should not be plus size. They should be the epitome of fitness perfection. I think Serena Williams, who is a larger woman, she's not plus size by any means, but she is, an average size woman who does not fit into your tall, skinny, big-boobed, white, blonde model idea, could have run circles around you, Nicole. I don't understand. I don't get this mentality that weight or size or body shape somehow reflects health. I don't get that. I'm going to go ahead and show you what I'm having for breakfast. I'm having this for breakfast. That's a banana, and that's an orange, and I have some tea. I'm a size 16. I also have a thyroid problem, which means unless I basically starve myself, I will always be a bigger person. I mean, it's just, this is healthy. I mean, this is a healthy breakfast. This is about 200 calories of good for my body food. And I don't feel guilty putting that in my body. But when people look at me and assume that instead of this orange and banana, which is what I'm having for breakfast, that I had bacon and eggs and toast and gravy and biscuits and jelly, just because of the fact that I have a little bit of a bigger body, that hurts me. Because it's not true. And I know tons of other plus size women who eat just as healthy as I do, or maybe you do, or a vegan does, and they automatically get judged as a slob or an overeater because of the size of their body. And I'm not saying that every single overweight person is healthy. That's not true. There are a lot of diseases that go along with being overweight. But to generalize an entire group of people because you think that their body is somehow less worthy than yours is completely wrong. And let's just talk about the body positivity movement for a while. So Nicole also mentioned that because the new Barbies have a plus size or curvy Barbie, that it is wrong, it is terrible, and we made Barbie eat a bunch of cheeseburgers because we couldn't deal with our own insecurities. That's not true. When Barbie released these new Barbies, they released a tall Barbie, they released a petite Barbie, they released a muscular Barbie, they released a curvy Barbie. They didn't just say, oh, here you go, fat people, here's a Barbie for you. They said, here's a Barbie for almost everyone. Here's a Barbie for people who, for kids to say, oh, that Barbie looks like my mom, or that Barbie looks like my best friend. That's what Barbie did. Barbie didn't say, here's a fat Barbie. Barbie said, we want everyone to be represented in our line. Yes, they still have the tall, blonde, skinny Barbies, but they also have something for other people too. Why is it wrong for other body types to be shown? I don't understand that. It's just something I can't get my mind around, how we have as a culture, and it's 2016, how we have as a culture decided that there is one body type that's okay and the rest are wrong. She mentions being a tall blonde white girl. Yeah, well, there are tons of other people. There are other skin tones. There are other hair colors. There are other heights. There are other shapes. Why is one allowed to be represented but the other's not? And I get it that body shaming is a big thing for everyone. Body shaming is a thing for skinny people, for tall people. I mean, I grew up with people who were extremely thin, who got shamed constantly for being thin. I grew up with people who were extremely tall, women especially. Tall women, there's this stigma around them, and it's hard to be that. But it's also hard to be plus size. So why is it not okay to just say, be whoever you want to be? Who cares why does somebody else's body affect your life enough that you should make them feel ashamed of it? And the whole idea of body positivity is not that one body type is better than another. It's that they're all okay. You know, yeah, if you're morbidly obese and your doctor says, listen, you're going to die in a year if you don't lose weight, lose weight. But if you are a little bit overweight and you go to your doctor and they said, everything's fine, then be who you are. You know, you don't have to look a certain way to be loved. You don't have to look a certain way to be attractive. You don't have to look a certain way to be accepted. And I feel like in this world that we live in, everyone can get away with body positivity except for the plus size woman. And I know that sounds really bad, and I know that sounds really off, but, you know, in this world that we live in, you can't make fun of anyone anymore. You know, you can't say, oh, it's wrong to be your skin tone to be a certain color, or your hair texture to be a certain way, or to be a certain height. That's not acceptable anymore. But for some reason, making fun of someone's weight is still okay. And that's something I can't understand either. Why have we as a society agreed that it's okay to make fun of someone for being fat, but not to make fun of someone for other features about themselves? You know, she wouldn't go up to someone in a wheelchair and make fun of them because they didn't walk. She wouldn't make fun of a Sports Illustrated model who was an amputee. You know, that wouldn't happen. That's unacceptable. But it's okay to make fun of a Sports Illustrated model for being plus size. And it's just this horrible, horrible mentality that we have just fallen into, and I don't understand. I don't know. I feel like I'm saying I don't understand a lot in this video because I just truly don't. I mean, I don't know if people really understand what it's like to be on the extremes of body types. You know, you have your average bodies. They go into a store, they can find something, it doesn't matter. But then you have your really thin people who go into a store and nothing fits them. Or you have your heavier people who go into a store and they don't get the same service as anyone else because the person just assumes that they're not going to buy anything because nothing's going to fit them. I don't know how many times I have gone into a store to buy clothing for someone else and literally got no service from the workers because they just looked at me and they're like, well, you're not between a size 0 and 12, so obviously you're not going to be able to buy anything in this store, so why would I help you? You know, it doesn't matter the fact that I'm buying for someone else, or maybe I'm trying to lose weight, maybe that's my motivation. It's just, I don't think people truly understand what it's like to not have an ideal body type. And that goes for everyone who doesn't have an ideal body type. And to be completely honest, I don't think Nicole has an ideal body type. I don't look at her and envy the way she looks. I feel like that's what she thinks. She thinks that women should envy the way she looks. But I don't do that. I don't look at her and say, I wish I was a size 0. Or I wish that I had blonde hair or bad makeup application. Like, I don't do any of that because I know that, one, that's not attainable for me, and two, I don't particularly find that attractive on myself. I've been thin. I like myself better when I'm a little bit bigger. And is that wrong? No. I don't understand. This video is getting very long and very rambly. And I don't even know where I went with it. I just kind of went on a tangent. So who knows what I have said in this video. But at this point in 2016, I think we are beyond this. I think we are beyond labeling people based on the way they look. I think that we are beyond assuming people's worthiness based on the way they look. I think we are beyond assuming healthiness based on the way someone looks. And I think we are beyond assuming intelligence or anything like that based on the way someone looks. It's time to let that stuff go. Anyway, this rant has gone on for 20 minutes, and I'm sure most of you probably haven't even watched this far, but yeah, that's just kind of my thoughts to Nicole Arbour's Dear Fat People Part 2, The Second Helping. And if you haven't watched it, You can if you want to, but for the most part, it's just a bunch of junk. Yeah, so I guess if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. This is not my normal type of video. I will go back to your regularly scheduled programming next video, but yeah. So anyway, until next time, I will see you later.